And what is this here? Exactly. It's the union of heaven and earth. Now, when do you think is the best time of the day to exercise? In the morning, you get up, you exercise, you just sweat, and then you have a shower, and then you begin the day fresh and lovely. That's a good time to begin the day. And how would you like to begin today with 태극 이장?
This is a preparatory stance you've learned when we were beginning with the 태극 일장. Next, you lift your left arm up to your chest with the top of the fist facing down. And your right arm should be under the left elbow with the top of the fist facing up. Then balancing yourself on your right foot, and while exhaling about 2/3 of your breath, you turn to your left to do the 아래맞기 in the 앞서기 stance. At this instant, you should concentrate the remaining 1/3 of your breath to your lower stomach. Next, we'll do the 몸통 반대지르기 in the 앞서기 stance. You have to keep in mind that as you step forward, you have to balance yourself firmly on your left leg first. Here too, you inhale before you punch, and while exhaling 2/3 of the breath when punching, you concentrate the remaining breath to your lower stomach. Next, balancing yourself and pivoting on your left leg, you spin around for the symmetrical move. Once again, you set your arms in the same manner as before, and use the suggested breathing technique. Now, what's important here is that your eyes should be focused to the direction of your body. You shouldn't look sideways or downward. And you follow through with the 몸통 반대지르기.
Now, what would happen if you didn't start the day that way, if you didn't exercise and then sweat and have a shower and start the day that way? What would happen if you went to work or school and then in the middle of the day you exercised and sweated and had a shower and then went through the rest of the day fresh as a daisy? Think about that now as we run through what we learnt from Wednesday to Friday.
What you have to watch out for is not to raise your blocking arm too far apart from you. As it is to block your groin, your fist has to be facing down toward your leg. When you make the punch, a lot of people make the mistake of punching outward from the center of your body. You can't really aim well at the target if you do it like this. But Andrew, you're doing it exactly in the way it should be done. You have to keep in mind when making the punch, you have to aim for the opponent's sternum, which should coincide in line with the center of your body. So when practicing, you punch at the imaginary opponent by aiming according to the central line that divides your body. Now, as this is the exact symmetrical form, I won't bother to explain any further. Next is the 몸통 안맞기. Okay, now Andrew, will you change the blocking hand? And everyone, you know that this is 몸통 맞기, right? And when it's the other arm with the opposite leg forward, this is called 몸통 안 맞기. Don't forget the difference now. You should also remember that the angle of the arm is 110 degrees, and the level of the fist should be in line with the shoulder. Then next is the 아래맞기, turning to your left. Next is the 앞차고 얼굴 줄이기. How are you standing right now? Doesn't 앞굽이 look like this? Shouldn't it look like this? There you go. I think Andrew was a bit nervous. Another correction is that after kicking, you swiftly fold your leg and not set it down immediately. Then keeping balance, you go into the 앞굽이 stance.
Now, what happens if you didn't want to do either of those, the morning or in the middle of the day, but instead you wanted to work the whole day, come home, exercise, have a shower, and go and have a lovely, peaceful sleep? Well, you know what I'd say? I'd say it doesn't matter when you exercise, just as long as Taekwondo becomes a part of your day. Well, hey, now we have learned the first 10 steps of the 18 steps in 태극 2장, okay? So we've finished this week, but join us again next week and we'll finish off all of 태극 2장. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next week on Taekwondo, step by step.